Okay, let's talk about some iconic characters from cinema. I'll tell you what. We'll sandwich them together. But first of all,
speaking of shouldn't exist,
Indiana Jones 5 is out this week. Now, I have actually got tickets to go and see it somewhere. They're on the computer somewhere because I'm going to go and see it on Wednesday afternoon. I am open-minded, and I am hopeful it's not as bad as what I've seen. However, it has Kathleen Kennedy as quite a big credit on it, and I don't know. I'm expecting it to suck donkey balls of the highest order, but at the same time, it might actually be good. We were just talking about this before we went live. Are you gonna go and see it?
Like I said, the only reason I wanted to see it is to fill my ears with lovely John Williams music because he always brings it. But and he's 173 years old, so we're not going to get much more out of him. And he's an absolute national treasure, in my opinion.
But naive at best. I know, Roguethor, I know.
But as far as the actual movie, I know it's going to suck. And I find it interesting that Disney has fired their head of diversity, their chief diversity officer. They've been firing all these people. They don't fire Kathleen Kennedy. And I'm like, I've been thinking about this. It's like, because she's obviously ruining Lucasfilm. Obviously. So maybe there's some legal thing into it, but I doubt it. I think they could get rid of her if they wanted to. So I think it's because she's high profile. People know who she is. I don't know. I didn't know who this diversity officer was until the story came out. She got fired. I didn't know who that one person that they fired a few weeks ago. I had never heard of her. I guess she started out in the special effects and became really big on getting, the not so gay agenda in there, and so did the diversity officer. But I didn't know who these people were, and so they're quietly getting fired. But Kathleen Kennedy is out there, and I honestly think that they're keeping there because people like you and me want her gone. I think it's really a big middle finger to all of us, saying, you want her gone, well, we're not going to do it.
Or it's one of those things where it's kind of, this keeps people talking about the whole thing. It's free advertising.
I guess I can't imagine how this is. I mean, they're losing money left and right. We had the Disney is Doomed Part 2. I don't know how this can continue. She needs to go. But I think because they hate us so much, they hate people like you and me. Seriously, I really think it's spite.
No, I know.
They're keeping her out of spite.
It's tears of laughter that I'm that I'm crying through the pain.
Yeah, but you tell me why they keep her. It's not. It can't be because of her successful track record.
Well, can I just show you something? Because I have seen people keep going on social media saying she has produced and worked on some amazing films. I actually watched Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, and I just literally finished today Last Crusade because I thought I'd watch them all again as a trilogy. This came up. Let me just put the screen up here, entire screen. So this came up at the end of Indy. As you can see there, associate to Mr. Spielberg, Kathleen Kennedy. Now,
I said it. Spielberg's on-demand blowjob assistant,
or coffee getter, a gopher basically. And I just thought to myself, she's been on. That's like kind of like saying, well, I know somebody who worked on Star Wars. Oh, really? What was he doing? He was a set. He was a carpenter, and it's like, so he's worked on a big film. It doesn't mean he knows much about producing. And I watched. Like I say, I just finished Last Crusade, and on Last Crusade, apparently she was just down as the executive producer. And again, it's kind of, so she provided the money for that. And again, it's kind of, so why is it that people think, A, she's good, when it's quite clear that she's completely and utterly ruined Star Wars? It's all down to Kathleen Kennedy.
Well, she's an interesting case study of the difference between the way men and women perceive things. And you know, I would say, all things being equal, she paid her dues. She started out as an associate. She worked on these different films. She worked with Spielberg. She worked with Lucasfilm, George Lucas. She worked her way up over many, many years, decades. And her reward was, great job. You are now the CEO of Lucasfilm. I don't disrespect that up until then.
No.
From what I could tell, because it took so long, like it does every other human out there, she seems to have this huge chip on her shoulder, hates men, and is now trying to destroy all the things that got her to where she was, and all the work that she worked on just to stick it to men. And I'm like going, what do you want? You're the CEO of fucking Lucasfilm. You were handed it on a silver platter after decades of doing good work, I would assume.
And that's how she completely and utterly, you know, been the most loved person on the entire planet. You know, if she'd have given us Star Wars that we wanted, it would have made Disney billions beyond what they could possibly imagine, and every Star Wars fan in the planet would absolutely love her. But instead, she decides to just become the most hated woman on, out there.
She obviously has
bizarre.
a chip on her shoulder. She obviously has a huge chip on her shoulder against men. Feels like she's been held back. I'm like, God, that I could get held back that well to end up as the president of CEO of freaking Lucasfilm. Oh, hold me back, Daddy. Whose dick do I gotta suck? You know, I mean, it's like, I don't know what you want. I'm guessing that she didn't, you know, who knows, but I don't feel like she did a lot of that kind of stuff. I think she probably worked hard, and all she got out of it was a huge chip on her shoulder. How sad is that?
Anyway, so Indy 5 is out this week, and like I say, I'm going to go and see it. I'm going to get a review up on Wednesday, and like I say, I don't know. I'm going in with an open mind. I know I can go in quite critical of stuff sometimes, but I am going in with an open mind that it might actually be okay.
You are just desperate, aren't you? You are just
I
totally
like
desperate.
Well, and I am being quite clever because I've watched Raiders, Temple, and Crusade this weekend. I'm going to review them, put them on the site, hopefully tomorrow. I'll write up of all three of them. I am going to watch Crystal Skull again because I haven't seen it for an awfully long time. I am going to watch it again because I'm hoping that watching that might make the Dial of Destiny seem a bit better. Clever.
I think you are in for the most all-time backfire.
Anyway, like I say, we'll have a review up on Wednesday this week of our own real, honest review of Indiana Jones 5. Not a shill review or anything else like that. It'll be completely honest.
Thank you for watching this excerpt from Outpost Frequencies. Tune in live every Sunday at noon Central Time or 6 o'clock UK time. And also, remember to come to lastmovieoutpost.com for all your latest in movie news, streaming news, and everything cool about film. We are the cool news now. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next stream.